Hello everyone, it's Stephanie here from InkspireMe. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. We are having some connectivity issues here at the Nash Casa, so I'm just waiting for my router to reset and hopefully we will be up and running in just a moment. While I am waiting for that to happen, if you're here, make sure that you say hi. I like to interact with everybody when I'm live. Just let me know that you're here by leaving a comment down below. If you like what you're seeing, feel free to share this post and let your friends and family see it as well. Hopefully I will be almost there. Sorry, I just have to wait for my computer and my devices to connect once again to the Wi-Fi. We just had to reset the router a little bit. So bear with me. Again, if you're here, just leave me a comment to let me know that you're watching. Hopefully I will be up and running momentarily. I hope everybody's having a great Monday. Are you enjoying the nice weather? It's been crazy warm here in Hamilton. Definitely above seasonal. I think we're actually breaking records around the high temperatures, so that's always a good thing. Not quite ready yet. Sorry, guys. Well, you know what? Let's begin. I'm going to do this blind. So I can't see your comments. If you are commenting, I will go back afterwards and read all the comments and answer any questions that may have come up as a result of the live. I have a little bit something different for you today. So I have one card that I've pre-designed, and the other card is going to be like a choose your own adventure, and I'm going to get you to help me decide what we make. So the stamps that I'm using for the first card is this one here, Wrapped in Christmas. And I realized I forgot to put the embellishments on my sample, so I'm going to do that really quick before I show you what we're going to make. You know me and rhinestones, I love them, so I've got to have rhinestones on my project here. Okay, so let's show you the first card we're going to make, which is this one here. So simple and beautiful. And again, I can't see your comments, so if you're watching and you're here, hopefully I will get my Wi-Fi up and running again so then I can get my laptop going and I can see your comments. So what I've done for this card is, like I said, the stamps that we're using is Wrapped in Christmas, and I'm using a couple of different dies, actually 3 different sets of dies. The first one we're using to create the little house is from the Trimming the Town suite, and it's the Home Together die set. And so if I open this up, so it's all these cute little houses. We're going to use this one here with the heart in it. But you can see that it has trees and it's got a car, and these ones here, these frames, will actually cut out the images that you can stamp with the coordinating stamp set. And then we are going to use the stitched shape dies, which are my favorite. So I've got the smallest oval for that one. And then we are also going to use the new curvy dies. I think that's what they're called. And of course I can't find my sleeve, but we're using this one here to create this nice curved snowbank. So let me show you how to create this card. So my base is gray granite, and it is cut 8.5 by 5.5, and it's going to fold in half to become a 5.5 by 4.25 card. I'm just burnishing my edges here because I like that nice crisp fold. And it's going to lay landscape orientation. So on top of that, I'm going to layer a piece of Seaside Spray. This is one of the in colors, and it measures 5.25 by 4 inches. And we're going to run this one through the Winter Snow embossing folder. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm using my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, just here off camera. And because it is an embossing folder, but it's not a 3D folder, I'm going to use my base, which is a number 1. And then I'm going to put a number 3, my embossing folder on top, and then finish off that sandwich with another number 3. I'm going to run that through my machine. And when I pull that out, I have this beautiful piece of textured cardstock. Now this I'm going to attach right to my card base using Stampin' Seal. I'm actually using Seal Plus tonight as my refills have not come in for my Stampin' Seal. I ran out over the weekend. So I'm just going to layer that right on top of the base, leaving about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. Just give it a nice push so that it's stuck really well. So then I'm going to pull in a piece of, this is our shimmer white cardstock, and I don't know how well the camera is going to pick this up, but it just has a hint of sparkle to it. It's very subtle, but I thought it would work well for the snow. So we're going to use this piece here, and I'm just going to lay it across and run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And for this sandwich, we're using a 1, a 2, a 3. We're going to put our paper and our die on top, and another 3, and we're going to run that through the machine. And you can see it actually gives me 2 options to choose from. So I could use this one here that has the dots cut in it as well, or we can use this one which creates our snowbank. So I'm going to stick with this one. And I'm going to put our die to the side. We're not done cutting yet though, because we're going to cut out our house. So this is just going to get attached at the bottom here using our Seal Plus once again. And it's going to go right on top of your Seaside Spray. It measures 5.25 inches long, so it's going to fit edge to edge, just like so. And now our base is ready to go. I'm just going to put that to the side for a moment, and I'm going to pull in our little house die and another sheet of gray granite. And we're going to do that same process over here on the gray granite with our house. And there's our top plate. We're going to run that through the machine. So then that's going to give us our little house and our heart here. But we want a blue heart, or a Seaside Spray heart, I should say. So I'm actually just going to take a little scrap of the Seaside Spray and just run the die through one more time to create that heart. Thank goodness for data on my phone, otherwise the live would not be happening right now. Wi-Fi's still not coming back. You gotta love technology. It's great when it works, and when it doesn't, it's the pits, so to speak. All right, so I'm gonna put our die to the side. I'm gonna move our plates out of the way. So our house is going to get attached to our base using Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to use regular size dimensionals on the bottom, just around the heart. So I'm making sure that when I angle them, I'm laying them flat against the base of the heart. And I'm going to do the same up here at the top, making sure that I fit perfectly in there. We're going to peel off our back. And then you can figure out where on your snowbank you want that house to stand. So I'm going to go right about there. And then I want to put the Seaside Spray heart in the center, but I want to pop it up even farther than what our house is. So I'm actually going to use our mini dimensionals, and I'm going to use 2 of those stacked. So I'm going to put one on the heart directly, peel off the back, and then I'm going to layer 1 additional dimensional right on top of that one. So it creates an even taller base, and we're going to put that right in the center of our house. And you can see that the heart has added dimension. It pops out from the house. So it's coming together really nice. Now we need to stamp. So I'm going to pull in another scrap of the shimmer white cardstock, and I'm pulling in the Peace on Earth stamp from the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set. It's right here at the bottom. And we're going to stamp in Seaside Spray. Stamp right about there. And then it doesn't matter if it's straight because I'm going to cut it out using the oval die from the Stitched Shapes dies. So again, that same layer, we've got a 1, a 2, a 3, the cardstock with the die, and then a 3 on top. And when I pull it out, there's our oval, ready to go. And we're going to attach that to our base using Stampin' Dimensionals once again. And these are going to be full-size dimensionals. So just 1 on either side. And you can place that on the front. And then of course, you know me, I like to have bling. So I'm pulling in my basic rhinestones, my take your pick tool, and I'm going to put 3 rhinestones randomly on the card. In this case, I like the center of the snowflake, and then I have a dog hair in this one apparently. There we go. Got one there, and then we're going to put one here on the oval. So here's a quick and easy card featuring the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set, the the coordinating dies to the Coming Home set called Home Together, the new curvy dies, and the Stitched Shape dies. I'd ask you what you think, but I can't see your responses. So that might mess up my plan for a Choose Your Own Adventure stamp along. Let's see. Just seeing if I can read the comments on my phone quickly. Okay, so it's going to be too challenging to do a Choose Your Own Adventure and try and see your comments. So we'll save that for next Monday when hopefully my internet is working better, because right now I can't get my laptop or my iPad online. And I don't have a second project picked. So let's fly by the seat of our pants and come up with something together here. All right, so I've got some Whisper White. I'm gonna put the Seaside Spray to the side. Get those out of the way there. Let's pull in, let's see. Pull in the Cherish the Season stamp set because I think it's really pretty. Pull in some DSP. Trimmer, and we'll play it by ear for the rest. Okay. So, let's see. Nothing like flying by the seat of your pants. So these are our beautiful 'Tis the Season paper stack. And I think I like this one. This beautiful cherry cobbler. Ooh, you know what? Oh, let's use this one because it's going to coordinate with our stamp set. How awesome is that? Okay, so one thing I should point out, in case you didn't know, when you purchase any of our designer series papers, the colors that are included in the papers are listed on the back of the paper pack, so you always know how to coordinate your colors perfectly. So in this case, I've got basic black, cherry cobbler, garden green, real red, shaded spruce, and whisper white. Now, if I look at this, I'm going to say I've got shaded spruce, cherry cobbler. I'm going to say that's either smoky slate is my guess, because that's not listed on the back here, and then our basic black. So I'm going to pull in some cherry cobbler cardstock. And I like to keep all my scraps in these 6x8 sleeves. So let's see. I'm going to fold my base in half. And I'm going to cut this piece of cherry cobbler to be 2.25 inches by 4. So that's going to give me a nice mat here. And let's cut our DSP slightly smaller than that. Maybe only with a 1/8 of an inch. Or sorry, leaving a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around. So I'm going to go 3 7/8 by 1 7/8. No, by 2 1/8. So that should fit perfectly there. All right, so let's attach those. So you'll have seen this layout before. It's actually one of my go-tos. It's quick, it's easy, and it's effective. And I'm still not connected to Wi-Fi. So now I'm going to put this whole thing right on the card base. Down here at the bottom. Just like so. And then I'm going to pull in some whisper white. We're going to do some stamping. And I'm going to pull in the large bells here. And I've got a D block. I need my Memento ink. And some whisper white. How's everybody doing? Are you sticking with me even though you can't interact? I feel horrible not being able to see your comments while I'm crafting. All right. So we're going to ink up our bells. And I'm going to stamp them right there. And I'm going to use those stitch shaped dies again. I told you these really are my favorites. And I'm going to use, which one? No, I like the bigger one. We're going to use the largest circle. They don't even stick to the card inside anymore. They're just, I've pulled them on and off so often that they're completely loose in there. I really do need to get some magnet cards for them. Okay, so we're gonna pull this over and cut it out on the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine once again. There's out the dimensional back on there, like so. So there are our bells. And I feel like they need some shading, so I'm going to grab my Stampin' Blends. Grab a cherry cobbler. And so let's try to see what this looks like with two different color bells. So let's do the large one and the Smoky Slate. Our Stampin' Blends are alcohol-based markers. I always like to start with the dark and then go back and blend with the light, but you can start light and then add dark after. There's really no right or wrong. It's just what you're comfortable with. And what I like about this image is it already has shading for you. So anywhere you have these hash marks is where you want to add the darker color. So I'm just going to go color that. And then if there's anywhere else you think the light hits, then that's where you want to add some of the darker shading. So now I'm going to go back in with my light as I fling my cap across. And what I like about the blends is you can go over and over and over in the same spot to really blend those colors, and it's not going to tear your paper the way other markers or blender pens will, because they are designed just for this purpose. So you can see I'm going right over top of my dark shading. And I use a circular motion. You can use either the bullet tip or the brush tip. Because I have some of the finer areas, I'm using the bullet just for more control. And I'm just going to really blend in those areas where I've added the dark. So you can control how dark you want that. And then we're going to do the same thing with the cherry cobbler. So I'm going to start with the dark. And then we're going to go over that with the light. And you can really blend in those lines if you don't like them looking so harsh. There we go. And I want my bells to shimmer a little bit, so I'm going to add some Wink of Stella. So this is like one of our water painter pens. So it's got the glitter already inside, the glitter paint. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure to get it to come out to the brush tip, and then I'm going to put it right over top of my bells. And I realized I missed the top of the bell here. So it just adds a very subtle shimmer wherever you put it. So just like that. And of course I could put that right on my base, but it's going to get lost. So let's cut out a mat for our circle. So I've got a piece of cherry cobbler here, and let's pull out the layering circles dies. So this is a great set, so versatile. And what I like about it is it does line up with our stitch shapes. So just from experience, I know that the largest scallop die is going to line up perfectly with the large stitched shape die. So I'm going to pull in our cutting mats here. And again, it's that same formula, a 1, a 2, a 3, your paper and die, and then another 3. And make sure my die hasn't shifted. So I'm going to cut that out. So there's my scallop. Put those to the side. You guys, you should see my desk right now. It's utter chaos. So I am going to attach the stitch shape right on top of the cherry cobbler so it creates that contrast. So we're just going to use our seal again. Like so. And I like to flip it over and give it a good rub so I don't risk smearing any of the ink that may not be dry. And I pulled in a little bit of our shimmery gray granite ribbon, and I don't need this much, I only need a little bit because I'm going to have it peek out from behind the circle. So what I'm going to do is fold it in half so it creates like a little flag. I'm just going to have it peek out from behind like so. So I'm just going to grab my Seal Plus and put a little dab right where I want my ribbon to stick, like so. And then we're going to use our dimensionals to pop that off our card base. And because this circle is quite large, we're going to use a few of these. I'm totally making a mess here. And there is our card. Not too bad for a completely unplanned, spontaneous creation. I hope you like it. Well, Monday didn't go as planned this week, so I hope you'll return next week for the Choose Your Own Adventure crafting that I had hoped to accomplish tonight. I will have these cards posted on the website, and the video of the live will be posted so you can go back and watch and hopefully recreate the cards I've created tonight. I hope you all have a fantastic Monday and get a chance to enjoy the beautiful weather. Thanks for watching.